Welcome back. We're at Abington Avon High School. Dwayne Hulett, Justice Keene is here again for the start of this game number 7. This is game like 2.5 for your 1.5 for you.
Yeah.
You did the second half of the Southeastern game with me. You did the Macomb Bomber game on Bomber Sports Network, and now you're back for the start of this one. So this is like the start of the second half of the second game.
Yes, correct.
Although
good way to put it.
You kind of did it a weird way. Yeah, so the Lady Bombers are here as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live. And A-Town, their home court, and a pretty good basketball team. This should be a pretty good game.
They are, and I haven't seen A-Town for a while. I think the last time I saw them play was the COVID season, and that was the opening season opener for the girls basketball team. But Brent Dugan has done a phenomenal job, a great coach, and does a good job with this program, and should be a good game.
Well, you look down through their roster. I don't know if you got it in front of you. You look through their roster. They've got some names. Marr is a name that you hear a lot. There's an Emmerich. That's one we're familiar with, right?
Yep.
Not the same Emmerich, obviously, but
I do believe there's relation, though.
Reading's a name that's a pretty good ball player, and
we're gonna have national anthem.
Pieper. Are we doing a national anthem again?
I don't know. We got. Yep, I guess so.
I guess we're going to do the national anthem again. So we'll let you folks try to hear that, and we'll be back in just a second. Actually, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back so we don't get any YouTube deciding to kick us on anything. So we'll be right back in just a few minutes.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And we are back here as we stepped away for just a moment. And the Macomb High Bombers, the Lady Bombers. Do you still call them the Lady Bombers?
Bombers.
Did they officially go by the Lady Bombers?
That's what I call them. I don't know. I do a little bit of both. I don't know really. It's kind of like the Thanksgiving tournament. We don't know what we call it.
That's a good point. Sarah Stuffle being one of the starters for the Bombers. We could talk about what that comment meant right there because I was giving Justice a hard time about what the name of that tournament is.
It's one of those things, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah. You're right. Kylie Robinson in the starting lineup tonight. And for the A-Town Tornadoes.
Bombers with the typical 5, a Holthouse, Robinson, Sortson, Stufflebeam, and Kylie Robinson out there.
Emma Gunther, number 11. Got to love it when they don't put them in numerical order.
Oh, yeah.
Number 15, Haley Redding, sophomore. Sydney Emmerich is a senior, number 24. McKay Groman, number 50, 5'10". Brooke Pieper, a 6'1" senior, is the other starter. So we get ready to go here. Brooke Pieper broke the school's record for rebounding in a single game the other night. So she can get it done on the boards, and that's something that the Bombers are going to face here. They've got a distinct height disadvantage in this game. So we'll see what they do here as we get ready to go for this only girls game, and what we were laughing about is during the opening pre-Thanksgiving tournament or whatever it is at Macomb, I got 3 different sheets of paper, and they all had different names for the tournament on it. What did you call it all week?
Lady Bomber Classic.
I called it the pre-Thanksgiving tournament because that's what the first one had on it.
It's a little bit of everything.
It is what it is, right? Here we go. Pieper jumps up with Stortzum.
Underway.
It's going to be brought near side. That is Gorman with it, or excuse me, Emmerich with it. Pieper with it far side now. Skips all the way across. 3 on the way is no good, and it's going to go off of a white shirted hand out of bounds. The shot by Emmerich was a little short. It came running right back at her in a hurry. Kylie Robinson inbounds it. It's going to go to Stortzum. Stortzum gets it across to Ainsley Holthouse, and Holthouse going to set up the offense for the Bombers. Stuffelbeam to Robinson. Last time I saw the Lady Bombers play, Stuffelbeam had 18.
She did. Played really well, and she's playing well for the Bombers right now, and good to see her finding her rhythm.
Here's Robinson of the elder variety for 3. And the Bombers lead 3-0 as Caitlin Robinson gets the – and that was not supposed to work that way. These jersey numbers are like the hardest thing to read on the face of the planet. Yellow on white. That was thrown out of bounds. Trying to see which number that was. Was that 11? Emma Gunther, I think, right?
Yes. Holthouse for 3.
And she answers with a 3 of her own. And the Bombers put up 72 against West Hancock.
Yeah.
They found their offense a little bit, it seems like.
They did. And I believe they were only 50 points after 3, so I think it was 20-point fourth quarter.
And another pass going out of bounds as it was intended down low for the senior, McKay Groman. Now Holthouse pushes it up again, comes near side. Stuffelbeam, can she answer with a 3-2? No, it's off too long. Tipped around, picked up, and going back the other way. Redding with it. A little push off on Stuffelbeam there, and Brooke Pieper now comes near side. Pieper with it. Goes down baseline. Jumper good. And that was Redding with the 2. First 2 of the game for Haley Redding. Holthouse. Kylie Robinson baseline drives, dumps it to Stortzum. Stortzum blocked from behind, but it still went in. She gets her first 2. And Bombers spreading the wealth a little bit, Justice.
They are. 8-2 lead, up by 6 early, and they're going to set the pace in this one as A-Town looks to find an answer here offensively.
Pieper with it. Tries the 3, top of the key, and nails it.
Then there's your answer.
Hey, I might be the tallest girl on the floor. Doesn't mean I can't shoot the tray.
That was nothing but net, too.
That was a good-looking shot. Caitlin Robinson to Kylie Robinson. Now to Stuffelbeam in the corner. Kylie Robinson's jumper is off, no good. Rebound to Gorman. And back the other way it goes. That's number 24. Emmerich had it there. Pieper has it now. She's going to spin, dump it out to Emmerich, who can barely hold on to it. She finally comes down with it. Pieper got about that one in the chops, but she's going to drive and put it up, and it's going to be out of bounds. Would have been a travel anyway, right? So it's going to be Bomber basketball with 4:58 to go here in the first quarter. Game number 7. Bombers trying to right the ship as far as Macomb High goes, as the boys team got beat just a game ago. Sarah Stuffelbeam gets 2, and Brooke Pieper stepped on the baseline, and
Coach Dugan wants a timeout.
He does want a timeout, and somewhat understandably there is A-Town a much better basketball team than this. Maybe Macomb kind of, it's funny because we talk about Macomb always gets the best, but they also put the most pressure on teams too sometimes.
They do.
You kind of get that feeling in this game to start.
Absolutely. A-Town with a little bit of a slow start, but, full timeout here early. Let's talk things over, catch our breath, relax, and get back in it. But Macomb, they're setting the pace early in this one. And you look offensively, you got was it Stufflebeam hit the shot?
Stufflebeam just got that
hit
last
one,
two.
yep.
Yep.
And then you got Robinson hitting a 3. And, I mean, Bombers are looking good early here, 5-point lead, and then, just keep pushing on this momentum here early.
Yeah, Stortzum has scored 2. I mean, you got 10 points and 4 baskets from 4 different people. I mean, as a coach, you can't be more happy than that with that kind of start to a game.
That's exactly what you would want.
So we'll see how that continues here. See if the timeout by doing it. And sometimes really Justice, you've seen enough sports, sometimes just a timeout just rights the ship, settles things down, and that's all it takes, right?
That's absolutely right.
We'll see if A-Town can respond. But the Bombers, I think, need to keep the pace up against a team that's a little bit bigger in A-Town, and there they have it. And Redding gets the steal, and she's going to be fouled by Ainsley Holdhouse, I do believe. That's who the foul is going to be on. It's her first, team's first, actually the first foul of the game for either team, with 4:40 to go here in the first quarter. Inbounding here, and it's stolen away. It's not a good inbounds pass by Emma Gunther. And then Caitlin Robinson loses it. Tried to sell the fact that somebody hit it, but the referee wasn't buying it. Couldn't tell if she was just selling it or if it actually happened. Emmerich going back the other way on the down court inbound pass to Redding, now to Pieper. Pieper skips it over left side. Now Redding back to Pieper. Emmerich cutting through the lane, nothing doing. Pieper now on the dribble. Come up top. Shot is up off the glass, no good. And Caitlin Robinson comes down with it. She outlets it to Stufflebeam. Stufflebeam's just going to go. Nobody picked her up. They went to Holdhouse, went to Robinson, Didn't pick up Stufflebeam, but she missed the shot. Ainsley Holdhouse for 3. It's off, no good. Rebound, Redding finally is going to come down with it, I do believe. And she has it stolen by Ainsley Holdhouse.
Back and forth.
Kylie Robinson puts the shot up, and she's going to be fouled by Redding, I believe. A couple sophomores doing battle there. Redding picks up the first foul of the game for A-Town. Just one apiece here with 3:40 remaining in the first quarter. 2 shots coming for Kylie Robinson. First one is good. Some younger players playing for both teams here shows what kind of what they've got coming down the pipe, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, last game with the boys was basically Scales Bound was an upper class team, but the Bombers as well. But good to see the younger girls here in action, and both programs looking good for the future.
Pieper behind the back goes down the quarter to Pieper for 3. It's off, no good. Redding with the rebound and the putback. It's good.
Good work by her down in transition down below.
That was Redding down there, wasn't it? It was.
Yep.
Stortzum gets tangled up. I'm not sure who she's down there on the floor with. Number 14 is Taylor Ford, a sophomore. She picks up her first, team second. These yellow numbers on white should be outlawed.
I agree.
I mean, I know I'm old and I can't see very good.
I can't see very good either. I'm used to wear glasses, and I'm a contact person, and so I'm in the same boat.
And it goes off a wide out of bounds. Possession to the Bombers. It's 12-7 here, and I'm going to guess, Justice, that both teams are pretty close to as many turnovers as they have points.
That would be an accurate probably statistic. Turnover again.
as if it was on cue, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Pieper with it now. Over into the corner it goes. Man, that's a big contact there. Pieper with it again. Emmerich had it. It dumps out. 3 on the way, no good. I believe that was Ford again on the 3. Now down the court it goes, Stufflebeam, and that's borderline intentional right there.
It'd be pretty close.
That I don't call many intentional fouls, but that was about as intentional as it gets without being intentional. Fouls on number 2, Sophie Kern, her first, team's third. Stufflebeam hits the first one. That went in, right?
Yes, I think so. Second one is good.
4 points for Stufflebeam. She must have missed the first
Yeah,
one.
I think she. Yeah, I'm looking at the board now.
Shot no good. Back the other way in a hurry. Kylie Robinson, man, she's just in high gear all the time, isn't she?
She energetic and gets down the floor and.
There's a miss, but a putback by Kennedy Allensworth. Number 23 for Kennedy Allensworth. Live chat's open. Hop in there if you got a question for Justice. Ask Justice what he thinks he's something about the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. That'd be a good thing to ask him if you got any ideas.
I got 26 games or actually 24 because 2 of them will be over in Brophy. So 24 games to call in 2 weeks. There's a good shot.
A 3. And that's number 11, Emma Gunther on the 3. Sorry, it takes me a second. I just literally cannot see these numbers, folks. Some of the girls I get to where I know what they look like, but it takes me a second to see that. 15-10 is the score. Kennedy Allensworth to Ainsley Holdhouse. Up top, Stufflebeam. Out to Holdhouse. Long jumper left wing, good. It's a 2 for Ainsley Holdhouse. She's got 5.
Extends the lead to 7.
There's Gunther. Ford throws it away, and Pieper's going to go back and do the touch-up for the over and back. She did the senior-esque thing. You notice that? She went across, and she was going to let it roll until she realized somebody was going to come touch it, and then she touched it up. She's like, I'll just let it keep going, but somebody was coming, so she had to touch it up. 52.1 seconds to go. Bombers with the basketball and lead 17-10 here in the first quarter. Kylie Robinson throws that one up and can't get it to fall. Redding has it, gives it over far side. 3 on the way is well short. Sarah Stufflebeam outlets to Caitlin Robinson, and she gets the bucket to fall. Caitlin Robinson has 5. 25 seconds left.
Good first quarter for the Bombers here, playing well.
Pieper back to Redding now. Redding is Chad Redding's daughter. He went to BPC, a grade ahead of me back in the day. That was pretty close to a travel. Pieper down low, puts the shot up. You see the number?
No.
Number 1, wasn't it?
I think so. 19-12 after 1 quarter in the books.
Avery Stiegel, a freshman?
Yep.
Is that who that was? I think it was. She's in the game.
Yep.
That's who it was. Avery Stiegel, a freshman. Picks up the 2 at the buzzer. 19-2. We'll take a break, and we'll be back here. It's 19-12, here at the end of the first quarter.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back to Abington Avon High School. Justice Keene and the crew from Macomb boys are heading out, so he's taking off. Kenny Suter under the headset now. He's running the camera for Grant Hicks in this one, and then Kenny's going to do play-by-play for the next one. Kenny, you didn't have a headset before, but you were right there with me on the uniforms.
Oh, every time I've done a game, I have to laugh at myself every now and then because I realize, oh, wait a second, I have no idea who just did that play because it's either an 11, 10, 9, or an 8, and it's yellow on white. It's impossible to see, especially when you got bad eyesight like me. But this A-Town team just has been playing a little bit off so far this first quarter, especially their coach looks at that full timeout and says, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're not playing our way. We're trying to match Macomb.
Haley Emmerich got a shot blocked there for A-Town. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's about the best play A-Town's had so far today.
Pretty much. They've been trying to match Macomb on their style of play instead of slowing it down a little bit more, focusing on the transition points. And if that's not going to work, then they go straight to set up their offense, go high-low, and get Pieper the ball. That's kind of their main go-to, and they've been really trying to outmatch Macomb at their own game.
Jump ball goes to A-Town, into Redding, I do believe. Her shot's off, no good. Pieper going to go to the basket now. She puts a shot up, off, no good. Rebound, put back. That's number 1 again. Stiegel.
Stiegel is a very good player. As you mentioned, she is a freshman, but she plays up a lot in these varsity matchups. Very fast, very great on making shots that probably wouldn't go in with a normal player. She has a way of bouncing it off the backboard and getting it in.
Kylie Robinson out to Caitlin Robinson for 3. It's good. She's got her second 3. She's got 8 points. And it's 22-14. Bombers with the lead. Pieper. Far side ball on the floor. Still on the floor. Emmerich comes up with it. She's going back the other way. She puts the shot up and in. Haley Emmerich gets the bucket for the Bombers. 7 different Bombers have scored now here in this first half. 6:20 to go in the second quarter. Bombers lead by 10, largest lead of the game for MHS. 3 on the way, off, no good. Rebound to Kylie Robinson, and I think that Stiegel might get the foul.
Looks like a loose ball call. Yep.
The official can't see the numbers any better than we can. Stiegel picks up the foul, her first, team's 4th.
Another thing that's really working for this Macomb team is the press break. They've been getting through it pretty much easily most of the time. And that press they've been putting on A-Town has really been working for them defensively with the turnovers that you said earlier with Justice. There's going to be another one on the ground.
Yep, there was a turnover both ways. They've dueling turnovers here. Ainsley Holdhouse has it. Kylie Robinson looked at the 3, didn't take it. She's going to drive now. Dump it out to Caitlin for 3. Corner shot, off, no good. Rebound far side. It's going to go out to Stiegel. Stiegel's going to get it down to Ford. Is that Ford? It is Taylor Ford.
Indeed, blocking call on Emmerich.
Haley Emmerich's going to pick up the foul. Her first, team second. Just 2 fouls here in the first half for the Lady Bombers. 5:32 to go in the second quarter. Pieper pushes it away. Does the Bombers. It comes back to Pieper. Going to go to Gunther. No, not Gunther. What number was that?
That is Gunther, 11.
It was 11, Gunther, yep. 11? Okay, never mind. 20 to 14.
I had to memorize.
20 to 16. 24 to 16. Holy smokes.
I had to memorize the faces. There's no way that I could get through these games looking at the numbers most of the time.
That's what I'm trying to do. I just haven't seen them enough to get there. Ainsley Holdhouse for 3. She nails it.
3 is really falling for the Bombers. They've definitely got their shot working correctly.
27-16. Not even halfway through the second quarter. The Bombers putting some points up now. There's Gunther with it. She was fouled, but there's no foul called, so I guess technically it's not a foul. Caitlin Robinson goes to the basket. Her shot's off, no good. Tipped around. Ainsley Holdhouse is going to come down with it, and holy smokes. That was Taylor Ford, right?
Yep.
With the foul. Atterbury, her second, team's 5th. Checking in for the Tornadoes, number 24, Sydney Emmerich, and Stortzum checking back in for the Bombers. Live chat's open. Hop in, tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Kylie Robinson, 3, top of the key. It's hard off the back iron, no good. Rebound Stiegel. She outlets it to Emmerich, and Emmerich tracks it down but can't save it. Kennedy Allensworth has it. Ainsley Holdhouse back the other way now.
That's one of the plays that A-Town normally just commits easily. The outlet passes really work for them in transition.
Macomb takes a 30-second timeout. This game being brought to you by Tom Conklin State Farm, face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm, Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. And Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar. Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WAU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. All while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And Kenny and I were there Thursday night. I had a good interview with Jalen Conley from BPC. Halfway through quarter number 2, Kylie Robinson goes the finger roll. Can't get it to fall. Outlet to Emmerich. To Stiegel. Her shot's off, no good. And a jump ball is going to be called. Takedown move. Macomb will get the basketball. 3:51 remaining. Bombers lead by 11, 27-16. Kylie Robinson lost it, had to gather it back up right before half court. She's going to dump it in corner. Caitlin Robinson for 3. It's off, no good. Kennedy Allensworth with the rebound. Jump ball. And they're still fighting for it. Taylor Ford and Kennedy Allensworth fighting for it. The referee said, 23, I'd like to talk to you, please. Another jump ball. This time goes to A-Town. Sarah Stuffelbeing checks in. Kylie Robinson takes a seat. Number 11, Emma Gunther, checks in. She replaces Emmerich, number 24. And Stuffelbeam, fresh off the bench, knocks it out of bounds as the kind of a lackadaisical pass trying to get it into Redding right there. 3:31 to go. Redding has it now. Down to Gunther. Pieper down low. Shot up and in. Counted in a foul for Brooke Pieper. She's got 5. She'll have an old-fashioned three-point play attempt. Foul's charged to Allison Stortzum, her first, team's third. Old-fashioned three-point play shot coming, and it's good. She's got 6, does Brooke Pieper. 27-19. Stortzum drives baseline, kicks it out to Holdhouse. Long 2 on the way by Stuffelbeam, off no good. Brooke Pieper with the rebound. She outlets it in a hurry. Ford over to Stiegel, and I don't know if she lost it or if it was blocked, but she got it back nonetheless. Pieper now goes to Stiegel, left side, down in the corner. Gunther. That was Ford. Now down low it goes to Stiegel, who keeps fighting for it. Gunther for 3. Nailed it. Stiegel gets her 8th, and it's a 5-point game. 2:25 remaining. Once again, live chat's open. Hop in there. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. 3 on the way. Holdhouse top of the key. Short. Allensworth the rebound. Caitlin Robinson out to Holdhouse now. Right side, Caitlin Robinson. Stuffelbeam shots off, no good. Hey, you can't hit the camera.
Drive. Stuffelbeam will have it on the left side. 3-point attempt. That will be off. Last touch by Macomb. So A-Town ball. 1:45 remaining. 27-22 your score.
1:45 remaining. It seems like this is a different game than I've been watching all day today.
Completely. And this is a different game even from the first quarter.
Yes,
A-Town's completely slowed it down, started to play their game their way instead of trying to compete with Macomb. So they'll be tipped away and
Another jump ball. Possession goes to Macomb again. I was looking. They don't have possession on the scoreboard anywhere, do they?
No, they don't.
Holthouse. Stufflebeam. I don't know how I wait till Game 7 before I look at that, but I keep track of it on my sheet. That's why I probably never looked before. Stortzum out to Robinson. Baseline jumper. Off, no good. Pieper with the rebound, and she wanted to outlet it to Hunter. I think see who that is. Alexa Hunter, number 5, got the ball. No, that's Gunther over there. Never mind. I thought it was big time collision, and Stufflebeam's going to get the layup. Stufflebeam has 6. Pieper. She threw it right at Stortzum, and Stortzum was so surprised she didn't even see it coming. Stiegel came up with it. Pieper shots off, no good. Rebound put back off, no good. Caitlin Robinson comes down with it. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Holthouse with it. She backs it back out as they want one shot. Up by 7 here. Chance to go up by 9 or 10 if it's a 2 or a 3. Holthouse, 12 seconds. Drives. And stolen away. Pieper outlets it to Ford. Taylor Ford out. That's a 2. Gunther hits the 2. She's got 10. That's how the quarter will end. 29-24. The Bombers with the lead. So at the half, Caitlin Robinson with 4. Sarah Stufflebeam, or 8, excuse me. She wears number 4. Sarah Stufflebeam has 6. Haley Emmerich has 2. Kennedy Allensworth has 2. Allison Stortzum has 2. Ainsley Holthouse has 8. And Kylie Robinson has 2. The Bombers are 3 for 4 from the free throw line. The Tornadoes are led by 10 points from Gunther. Pieper has 6. She's 1 of 1 from charity stripe. That's the only free throw shot. Avery Stiegel has 4 points. And number 15, Haley Redding, has 4 points for A-Town. 24 for them, 29 for the Bombers. We're going to play an interview. We've played it all day, but we're going to keep playing it for everybody to see it at least once here as we talk to, at the state championship game for I-8FA, we talked to John Lawler, the president of the I-8FA Association, and this is what he had to say for a halftime interview from Monmouth College earlier this fall for the state championship game. And welcome to halftime here at the state championship game. And full disclosure, this is before the game.
Yeah, yep.
Here with Coach Lawler. And I guess you're back to being a coach, aren't you?
Well, yeah, they talked me into helping again, so I'm not the head coach, but I'm back coaching again. So.
Well, you coach a whole lot of people because I've been going to some I-8FA meetings, and you're the head man at those things. You're the coach of that deal.
Yeah, I guess.
Those meetings, you never stop being a head coach.
No, it's kind of in you once it's in you. So
President of the Illinois 8-Man Football Association, and you guys just continue to grow.
Yeah, we are. We're up to 30 teams, and there's a couple more coming next year. And we're hoping to get a couple of teams that couldn't field the team back for next year. So, we might have 30, 32, 34 guys playing next year. So
the football is just getting better and better every year, too, it seems like.
Well, last year's championship game was great, I thought. And I loved it especially because everybody thinks 8-man football is like arena ball.
Right.
And what did we see? A 12 to
7
game.
Something like that, 12-8.
Yeah, a great game. And I'm a defensive guy anyway, so I loved it. Yeah, I loved it.
This 8-man thing is going to be here. And I think you guys have proven that with your association. The elephant in the room is IHSA going to take it over? That probably is down the road, but judging from the meetings that I've been to with you guys, not this year, obviously, and probably not going to be next year.
No, I don't. I honestly don't expect it for 2 or 3, maybe 4 years yet. Honestly, I thought we were closer. I think there's some things that they're looking at, wondering how it's going to affect how they do their championship weekend. Trying to include an 8-man game. That's one of the things. I think the big thing is the enrollment, as you've heard us talk about at the meetings that you've been to. I think that's the stickler. Where do they draw that line? Where do we draw that line? We've dropped it down to 325. We started out 400. I think we're close. Now we're seeing what I thought we would see. I'm not telling you that I know everything, but we're seeing roster sizes grow again. And that's good because kids are having success. They're not getting pounded week after week by bigger, stronger teams with 40, 50 guys in the roster. So now we're seeing roster size grow. We don't want to talk about restricting rosters. That as long as I'm president, that won't happen. I want more kids to play football. So that won't happen. And I don't think the IHSA wants that either. But somewhere we got to find where is it fair and where it isn't fair anymore. So.
I mean, you're a long ways from being big enough for 2 classes, but the enrollment deal is kind of where that is, right? I mean, that's the reason why you keep that enrollment, so everybody that's in your group is ideally competitive.
Yeah, we kind of grandfathered in a couple of bigger schools, but I'll be honest, Dwayne, I've had schools as large as 700 enrollment ask about 8-man football. Now, you and I both know that's not why we started this.
Right.
We started this to save schools of 110 kids like mine and West Prairie and things like that. We didn't start it. I understand where they're coming from. They have a hard time getting kids out, 25, 30 kids out. But that's just not what this is about. It's about saving small town, small school Friday night lights.
Do you feel like now that 8-man football in Illinois has solidified itself and people are recognizing it more now?
Oh, I sure do. Yeah, I think I've told you many times. I had some good friends say, "Are you crazy? What are you doing this for?" And I said, "Because we have to. Right. We have to." I mean, we had a pretty good tradition. We had an 11-year run straight in the playoffs, making it to quarterfinals, second round, and I saw it coming. It's like we're just running out of kids. It's not just us; it's other schools, and you've seen the schools that are in this now. They were 1A consistent playoff teams, and that's what we've got playing 8-man now.
Right.
And that's why the ball's getting better too. So, yeah, it's coming. And has it changed the 11-man 1A and 2A? Sure has, which we knew was going to happen. It's going to change it a little more too. So I think that's where we got to figure out, okay, where does this really lie before the IHSA takes it over? And honestly, I hope people think we're doing a pretty good job running it. I think we are. Everybody seems pretty happy. So, we'll see. Tonight we're going to crown a champion. Both of these schools and their kids, if you went down those locker rooms right now and asked them if they knew a difference what they were playing for, they ain't going to care when they hoist that trophy up.
Now, a couple of coaches are going to be here tonight. We had one on a pregame show, Coach Elder from Ridgewood. Coach Unruh's on the sideline. And Jim Unruh was from Carthage, years, and I mean, multiple title champion.
Yep.
He loves 8-man.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is something that when you get to be a part of it, it feels like even the most successful and ingrained coaches like yourself realize it's really good football.
It's fun. I know when I first started, we started morphing to it a little bit with our JV squad because I knew it was going to happen, or I was going to have to make it happen, or we were going to have to do something different. It's fun because even for an old coach that's been around a long time, coached a lot of football, you're learning all over again. So this defensive thing, I still don't have it. Ted Alston's probably the guy that's got it figured out the best. Their defense.
He showed that last year.
Oh man, their defense is stout year in, year out. But it's fun. It's been fun. It's kind of new. Coach, my advice for a coach that was a little scared of it is don't embrace it. Embrace it and try to figure it out. I'd see Pat and his dad John down here. They've been at every one. And I mean John's the granddaddy, and this was Pat's first year coaching. So I said he'd be a good interview to see how he felt about it. And there again, very successful coach. So.
Well, thanks for talking to us here before the game, for halftime. I know you're busy. Got a lot of stuff going on.
Yep.
We appreciate it. Congrats on a great evening, night, even though it's a little chilly. Congrats on putting a great program together. It's going to be fun, and I appreciate being a part of it.
I appreciate having you. I mean, you guys have been great for us, and we hope this continues. And I want to thank Monmouth College, too. They've been a great partner in this for as many years as we've been doing it. Great partner. You know, I got to know the coaches and that when my son played ball down here back 2011, 2012, and it's been a good fit for us. So hopefully we can keep it going for a while.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll be back with some stats and second half action in just a few minutes.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Welcome back. Second half action getting ready to come your way here from the Great Western Shootout at Abington Avon High School. Dwayne Hulett, Kenny Suter gave Grant Hicks the game off for this one, letting him relax a little bit. Full disclosure, I'm taking the next one off, so it's okay. Might as well do 7 in a row and then quit, right?
Exactly.
That's what I thought.
I will say the best thing about doing games here at A-Town, they pick the greatest music to play in between games and everything. It's always great. Anytime I can hear Santa Monica by Everclear, great time.
So here we go. We'll be A-Town basketball to start the third quarter. Funny thing is they didn't have a jump ball in the first quarter. They had 4 of them in the second quarter. Emmerich goes to Gunther. Gunther goes back to Pieper on a pick and roll that wasn't real pretty. Oh, a little hesitation and up and under, and she's going to be fouled by Stortzum, and Pieper's going to be at the free throw line to shoot 2. Instantly a different look as Stortzum gets the foul. Instantly a different look, Kenny, for this half.
Already just trying to slow it down, get their offense set up, not trying to run as much. She'll hit that one to get it a 4-point game, I do believe. Probably should look at the score before I try to say numbers.
I'm glad you remembered, though. That was impressive. She's got 7 points on the night. She's 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Caitlin Robinson with her. Donna Stortzum, thanks for joining us from Pennsylvania. That went off of Stufflebeam's foot, tipped by Pieper, and out of bounds to the Tornadoes, who are trying to climb back into this one. They never were very far out. They were down by 10 or 12 at one point, but they've got it back to 4 and a chance to make a one-possession game here as Gunther dribbles it off her foot. Pieper has it now. She's got to get it across. She does, just barely. Then she picks up her dribble. She goes right side to Emmerich, and Emmerich loses it out of bounds.
That'd be the biggest change if they can cut down on turnovers for both teams. That'd be a huge change for this second half.
Yeah, both teams have struggled taking care of the basketball. There's no doubt about that.
Stiegel comes back in for Emmerich.
Stiegel played a lot when things turned around there in that first half.
She's a pure point guard, loves to run around, great handles and steals, and that's pretty much what they had her in there for. It's just to try and disrupt the offense as much as they could.
Zone defense. Caitlin Robinson for the Bombers with the ball. Stufflebeam to Stortzum. To Ainsley Holdhouse. She comes out to Kylie Robinson. She's going to go out to Caitlin Robinson. Left side Stufflebeam. Skips across Holdhouse. 3. No good. Ball's on the floor. Jump ball. Possession to the Bombers. Inbounding here is Caitlin Robinson. Kylie Robinson has it. She's going to drive, dump it out to Ainsley Holdhouse. Corner, Caitlin Robinson, 3. Good. her third 3 on the game. She's got 11 points as Caitlin Robinson. Just like that, it's back to a 7-point game. Nice look down low for Groman, and she just couldn't get it to fall. But it does go off the Bombers out of bounds. Possession back to A-Town.
Looks like it was thrown just a little bit too low on the backboard as it's going to be stolen away.
She had Redding wide open, and Holdhouse is going to get the bucket. But Redding was standing there on the end of corner wide open. And I understand it. Maybe that's not the play, but you force it up top to Pieper, you can't find her open. You probably ought to look for somebody. If Pieper's getting double teamed, there's somebody open, right? Give and go. Pieper has it down low. She puts a shot up and it'll go in. 9 points for Pieper. Stortzum. Kenny was doing something odd, so I paused to see what he was doing, but now I get it now.
Trying to turn myself down so I can get a drink here.
Well, you locked the camera. That's what screwed me up. If you just turned yourself down, I'd have been okay. But
well, then the camera would be going all willy-nilly. I'm a responsible broadcaster, you know.
I was lost. I was like, I'm so irresponsible. I just stood there and stared, trying to figure out. There's a reverse layup by Redding. She's got her 6th point. Yeah, I was so discombobulated. I just, like, what on earth are you doing? Ainsley Holdhouse for a long 2 is good. She's got 12. Ooh. Emmerich caught that one with her chest instead of her hands. That probably didn't feel real good. Pieper pushes it across, looking for Ford, but she couldn't hold on to it. It's out of bounds. Possession to the Bombers. Out of bounds, stays with the Bombers. So I'm a point off on my stats here somewhere, according to the scoreboard. And Brooke Pieper is going to pick up the foul, I do believe. It's her first, team's first of the second half. 4:08 remaining. Stortzum on the inbound. Can't get the wide open look to fall. Kylie Robinson comes down with it. She's going to drive, dumps it out to Stufflebeam. Stufflebeam could have taken a 3, didn't do it. She skips it across to Caitlin Robinson. Under 4 minutes to go now here in the third quarter. Timeout charged to the Bombers. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. Actually, we'll keep it here, and we'll tell you. This game being brought to you by the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soup, salad, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar to boot. Breakfast served all day, and they have free Wi-Fi. Visit them at www.olddairymacomb.com online or call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales and service and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. And Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. So after the Bombers' timeout, it is Kylie Robinson driving, putting up the finger roll, and it'll go in. She gets her 4th point. Ball's on the floor. Ainsley Holdhouse fighting with it down there. Taylor Ford. Taylor Ford's a scrapper.
That's one thing about A-Town that's works well for them, trying to get steals and trying to go everywhere. And you're going to see a lot of jump balls every game they play because they're going for the ball 24/7. 3-pointer there as that will be off. Be rebounded. Do believe that is Holthouse.
Yep, Emmerich had 3 attempt, and then she comes back and steals it away from Caitlin Robinson, but Holthouse gathered it back up. 3 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Donna Stortzum, you've got the record right now for who's watching. No, I'm sorry, we did have a Germany watching earlier today.
A German, you mean?
No, a person in Germany watching today. Well, I don't know if he was German. I'm saying a Germany location watching today.
Okay. I'd say a Germany doesn't make any other sense.
It does make sense because a person in Germany was watching. I have a Pennsylvania person watching, a German person in Germany watching.
Well, yeah, but you said a Germany. I mean, it's not like there's a West and East anymore.
Well,
there's only
I know
one Germany.
A Germany. A singular individual from Germany that I know of. This Holthouse hits the first one.
Well,
singular.
Why didn't you say it like that?
Singular Germany person. Holthouse hits the first, hits the second now maybe coming. I don't even know what I'm talking. What were we talking about? She misses the second.
Second shot.
13. No. We had A Pennsylvania and A Germany. You just be over there and quiet down, Grant. Grant, do you have something to do? Go find something constructive to do. Don't talk to me. Stufflebeam for 3. It's off, no good. Kennedy Allensworth with a rebound. You know what? You guys know what I meant, and they all knew what I meant too. And a turnover goes back to A-Town. You guys all knew what I was talking about. Even the folks at home knew what I was talking about. Know what I mean, not what I say. That's how the saying goes, isn't it? Inbounds. Pieper finally tracks it down, maybe with a little help from Allensworth. And a double dribble is called. Back to a 10-point lead for the Bombers. As they are kind of just that. You've said it, Kenny, on numerous occasions. That haphazard play that Macomb is getting A-Town kind of caught up in is what's causing the problems for A-Town.
And
they're not able to play that way.
they're trying to fix it with some fast scores, and it's just kind of self-fulfilling prophecy at this point.
There's a song that says that, isn't there?
I don't know. I mean, it's just a cliche.
An Offspring sign. No, a Shinedown song says that.
And pretty much probably like 70,000 other books.
Yeah, but that's the only one I remember.
Oh.
So that's the only one that counts.
Dwayne reading a book. Who would ever see the day?
Hey, I used to read books all the time when I was in school. I read newspapers. I was a newspaper magazine reader, never a book reader. Allensworth blocked from behind by Redding. Goes back the other way. Outlet to Redding. She's going to put up the shot. It's off, no good. Kylie Robinson's going to pick up the foul. It'll be her first, team second of the second half. 1:51 remaining. That's what everybody thought it was crazy. I was the editor of a newspaper and hated to read. Never read books. Still don't. Really? I don't know why. Just never. Was never my thing.
Well, you're an audiobook guy.
I do read audiobooks occasionally. That is true. Or listen to audiobooks, I should say. They're good when you're mowing the yard. I hate mowing, so it keeps my mind off what I'm actually doing.
See, mowing's one of my favorite things about my job.
8 points for Redding. 2 free throws good there. 1:51 to go.
Emmerbeck in for Macomb.
Allensworth. Well, she had Emmerich cutting and didn't find her. Caitlin Robinson's going to get it across. And an illegal pick set by Allison Stortzum, I think. Nope.
No.
Ford's going to be
Wow.
called for the foul. Her third, team second.
I thought that was going to be an illegal screen.
I did too. Still surprised it wasn't. Stortsom gives it to Allensworth, and she's going to be fouled. Brooke Pieper, I think, going to get the foul call.
Nobody really in any foul trouble.
Pieper's got 2 now. Ford's got 3. She's the only player with 3 fouls on either team. 1:30 remaining, 90 seconds left. And Allensworth stepped on the line, so the first one was no good, even though it went in. One free throw remaining. Second one is good. A little push off. Jumper off, no good. Kylie Robinson had it, lost it. Redding tried to get it to Pieper. Stolen away. Robinson to Emmerich. Her shot's off, no good, but she's fouled. Might be Gunther picking that one up. It is. It's her first. Team's fourth. Haley Emmerich shooting 2 free throws now. She's got 2 points on tonight.
Whole house set to come back in. That one will hit.
First one's good. Caitlin Robinson sits down. Second one's off, no good. Allensworth tracks down the rebound. Timeout charge to the Bombers, 30-second timeout. Tell you this game being brought to you by the Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option as a subscriber, you can go to their website and download a PDF of the Monday and Wednesday editions for free. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. Do want to tell you that TSSR Bites, Tri-State Sports Report Bites, is part of the Wednesday free edition of the Community News Brief. So check that out. After the 30-second timeout, the Bombers have 3, 2 fulls and a 30 left. Ainsley Holdhouse out to Kylie Robinson with 1 minute remaining. Kylie Robinson backs it out. Left side, Haley Emmerich wanted the 3, took 1 step inside the line and took the 2 instead. She's got 5. Long 2 on the way. Redding again, right?
Indeed.
She's got 10. She's tied for the team lead with Gunther. Brooke Pieper has 9. 1 shot, hopefully, if you're the Bombers here, as we're down to 10 seconds. Down the corner, Stortsom. Stortsom, hop, skip, jump stop. Good for Allison Stortsom. She's got 4. Pieper at a long shot gets nothing but the back wall, and at the end of 3 quarters of play, the Bombers lead 46-33. It was a 4-point game early in that quarter, and the Bombers open it back up. It was 29-24 at the quarter. Just 9 points in the quarter for the A-Town Tornadoes. We'll take a break and be back for the second half of the second half, right? After this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Welcome back to Abington Avon High School. Final quarter of the single girls game, which is game 7 of the Great Western Shootout. Pieper down low, takes Allensworth right to the hole and scores the bucket. Give Pieper 11. It's down to an 11-point lead. Illini Bluffs and A-Town Boys. The final game coming up next. Kenny Suter's going to be on the call for that. Emmerich. Allensworth. 3 on the way with Kylie Robinson.
Pretty much
She's
every
got 7.
shot is working for Macomb. Every player seems to be hitting at least a 3.
14-point lead now. Redding puts up the shot. Off, no good. Stiegel had the rebound. Ripped it away was Allensworth, picked up by Stortzum. Back the other way, Kylie Robinson with it. 7 minutes remaining. Robinson goes right to the rack, right around Ford, and she gets the layup. She's got 9. Pieper finally gets it inbounds. Ford loses it. Emmerich comes down with it. Jump ball. Possession to Macomb. Stuffelbeam and Caitlin Robinson checking back in for the Bombers. Emmerich checking back in for the Tornadoes as Taylor Ford takes a seat. Allensworth with it. Ainsley Holdhouse. Stuffelbeam. Picked up by Emmerich. Holdhouse. Over to Allensworth. Emmerich 3 near top of the key. It's off, no good. Emmerich with the rebound. That's opposite teams, by the way. Haley Emmerich shot. Sydney Emmerich rebounded. It goes back the other way. Sydney Emmerich for 3. The bank shot's off, no good. Pieper with the rebound. And a foul is going to be called, possibly on Allensworth. It is on Allensworth, her first, team's third. Three for Redding, off no good. Allensworth with the rebound. She'll get it out to Stuffelbeam, down to Robinson. Caitlin Robinson puts the shot up and in. She's got 13. Down low, looking for Stiegel. I think that was down there. She lost it. Allensworth came up with it. Finally. Robinson now bounces across to Stuffelbeam on a nice pass. Sarah Stuffelbeam's got 7. Timeout.
That was just great transition points for him.
Charged to the Tornadoes. A 60-second timeout. They'll have 2 fulls and a 30 remaining. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Welcome back here to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 5:28 remaining in the basketball game. The Tornadoes trail the Bombers. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Kenny Suter's on the camera. Grant Hicks is going to be on the camera for the final game of the day. Kenny Suter will be on the call for that one as we get ready to go. A 20-point lead now for the Bombers, and it's kind of just ballooned, Kenny.
Pretty much, and there's no no answer so far that A-Town has that's been working so far against this Macomb team. The way their offense has just been going, it's kind of hard to do anything against it. Add on the defense, that transition point's been big for them. It's kind of hard to come back from.
Gunther comes near side to Redding. Looks like they've changed the offense up a little bit here. Emmerich with it right side on the wing. She gives it to Piper, or wanted to. Gives it to Gunther. Now Pieper. Now Stiegel back to Gunther. Gunther puts up the shot. It's short. Holdhouse comes up with it. She outlets it to Caitlin Robinson, who gets the layup off, no good. Gets the rebound, bracks it back out. Emmerich has it now. She's going to have it kicked away. Stufflebeam comes up with it. Allensworth. Holdhouse, Emmerich. Robinson is probably shooting herself about right now. That was an easy look, and she has had such a good night. That's not what she wanted. 3 on the way by Emmerich. Haley Emmerich hits the 3. She's got 8, even though the scoreboard says 6. 58-35, 4:20 to go. Bombers continue to spread the lead. Redding now. Pieper. Stiegel tried to cut. Stolen away. Emmerich comes up with it. And she gets the bucket. Sydney Emmerich gets her first 2. Holdhouse picked up her dribble, not such a good spot. Stufflebeam comes up to help her out. Under halfway now.
You're probably going to see Macomb try to slow down, chew some more clock up in this fourth.
Stufflebeam out to Holdhouse. 3, long 2, excuse me. It's short. Rebound to Pieper. 3:30. And just as you say that, they just shoot it.
Yeah.
Redding puts the shot up off. It's no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it up. It's off, no good. Allensworth comes down with it. She's going to outlet it to Stufflebeam. Stufflebeam takes one dribble and makes the layup. Stufflebeam has 9. Caitlin Robinson and Holdhouse have 13 apiece. Redding gets the bucket. She's got 12. Kylie Robinson and Sarah Stufflebeam have 9 apiece for the Bombers. Kennedy Allensworth, and she's going to be fouled by Pieper. Pieper's going to pick up her 3rd, team 6th. Drew Creasy checking in for the Bombers, as is Ava McKee.
Looks like some of the JV squad coming back in for A-Town.
McKee with it. Left side it goes to Allensworth. Allensworth up top to Stufflebeam. Stufflebeam's going to drive. Pushes it out to Emmerich. Now to Allensworth. She puts the runner up off, no good. Tipped around. Brought down. That was number 10, Ella Pompeo. Now Ford has it again. Stiegel's in there as well. Ford. Also in there is Groman, number 50. Groman's pass is knocked away. Picked up by Kern, and now it's going to be stolen away by Allensworth and back the other way with under 2 minutes to go. 21-point game. Allensworth got it from Emmerich. Now to Drew Creasy. Her shot's up off, no good. Rebound to Sophie Kern, and Ford has it. Now back to Kern. Kern loses it, and a foul is going to be called on Emmerich.
That'll be her 2nd, team 4th. 1:35 remaining. 60-39 your score.
End of the game, Jordan Hines, number 52. and number 40, Catherine Stortzum. Stiegel's pass goes out of bounds, intended for Ford. Stortzum inbound to McKee. Catherine Stortzum gives it over to McKee. Up top, Drew Creasy looks at the three, doesn't take it, loses it, finally comes back up to get it. 1:07 remaining. Ava McKee with it now. Up top, Emmerich looks at the three, doesn't take it, gives it off to Drew Creasy right side. Under a minute to go. Jordan Hines with it. She has it swiped away, but she gathers it back. Now she gives it to Ava McKee. Nope, that was Catherine Stortzum, excuse me. Now McKee's going to have it. Good look at the basket. It's off the top of the backboard, out of bounds. Possession to A-Town with 42.9 seconds remaining. Sophie Kern gives it to Stiegel, down low to Gorman. Gorman's shot hard off the glass, no good. Stortzum with the rebound. Foul's going to be called.
Will be a 1-and-1.
Stortzum's going to be shooting, I believe. Foul is on McKay Groman. Her first, team 7th. Catherine Stortzum shooting 1 in bonus. First one is good. She'll get the bonus. She's got in the scorebook now. Second one off, no good, but she's going to track down her own rebound with 25 seconds remaining. Ball bounced around. Ava McKee comes up with it. Jordan Hines with it now, 13 seconds. And that's how it's going to end. 61-39 the final. Bombers get the win over A-Town. We'll look at some stats here. Not a whole lot of free throws to be talking about, so it won't take us a whole long time. Caitlin Robinson has 13. Sarah Stuffelbeam is 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 9 points. 8 points on 1 of 2 free throw shooting for Haley Emmerich. 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 3 points for Kennedy Allensworth. 4 points for Allison Stortzum. 13 points, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Caitlin Robinson gets the MVP for the Bombers here in this 7th game. Caitlin Robinson gets the MVP award for this game. She finishes with a team high 13 points. 9 points for Kylie Robinson, including 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 1 point for Catherine Stortzum. So, excuse me, I was wrong. There were more free throws shot than I thought. 7 of 12 from the free throw line were the Bombers. For A-Town, Pieper was 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. She had 11 points. 4 points for Avery Stiegel. 10 points for Emma Gunther. 12 points for Haley Redding, and she was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And 2 points for Sydney Emmerich for the total of 39 for the Tornadoes. They finished 4 of 5 from the free throw line. So once again, Caitlin Robinson, the MVP of the game number 7. We'll take a break. Kenny Suter will be back with the call for the Illini Bluffs A-Town game, which is going to come up in about 10 to 12 minutes. Thanks for joining us here. And the Bombers get the win as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bring Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 61-39 over A-Town. We'll be back in just a little bit.